Good evening. Organisers of the Lincoln Frequency Festival believe this year will be the biggest yet. The festival, which celebrates digital culture, will start tomorrow and last for the next few days. Louise Brooks reports.
This is the third year the Frequency Festival has taken place and it has grown each year. In 2015, it brought 1,700 visitors into the city, and this year the organisers are expecting it to be even more successful.
So it brings outside perspective into Lincoln. With it being such a historic city, it brings people that would not expect to normally come here. So we have people from all over the world coming across. So it just means there's a lot more money coming into Lincoln itself.
The festival is being funded by the National Lottery through Arts Council England, with additional investment from the University of Lincoln and Lincoln Big.
St Mary Le Wigford Church is just one of the places that you'll find art exhibitions for this year's Frequency Festival. Here you'll find virtual reality experiences, but it's not the only place in Lincoln that will be holding these exhibitions.
Other places you can find art exhibitions include the University of Lincoln, Ruddock's, Lincoln Cathedral, Waterside Shopping Centre, Lincoln Drill Hall and the Collection. As well as bringing more people to the city, the organisers hope it will give artists an opportunity to showcase their work. Artists are in and around the city today getting their installations ready.
It makes me wonder what's the point in making work if no one sees it? So you need that audience to sort of make it artwork, I suppose. So yeah, I love putting my work out there to see how it's absorbed by the audience.
Louise Brooks, LSJ News.
Lincolnshire Police have released a video on the portrayal of British Muslims. The video has been produced as part of National Hate Crime Awareness Week and focuses on the common misconceptions of the Muslim community. The video is available to watch on the Lincolnshire Police website. The University of Lincoln's newest building was officially opened this morning by the UK's most senior scientist. Professor Sir Mark Walport, who opened the building, is the government's chief scientific advisor. The Sir Isaac Newton building cost £28 million to build and now houses the university's School of Engineering, Computer Science, Mathematics and Physics. Now, it was a damp and dreary evening at Sinselbank last night, but the atmosphere was anything but. The University of Lincoln beat Bishop Grosseteste University 5-1 in the third renewal of the Cathedral Cup, an annual football match between the two sides. It was an eventful 90 minutes of football and our sports reporter James Williams was there.
They're no longer the little university up the hill. Those were the words of the University of Lincoln's president, Fraser Field, ahead of the Cathedral Cup match. He was in no mood to take Bishop Grosseteste lightly, and neither were his teammates, as they took the lead just after the half-hour mark.
In comes the cross, it's into the 6-yard box, free header, it's off the post, it's in! It's in! It's a goal for the University of Lincoln. I think it's Oliver Lawrence with the header, unmarked, 6 yards out.
But Bishop Grosseteste hit back soon after.
Left foot, Hornsey might be in there. Hornsey! It's an equaliser! BGU have an equaliser and it's Luke Hornsey in the penalty area.
So 1-1 at half-time, and many thought a tight and tense second half would follow. It was anything but.
It's gone straight in, it went across the face of goal, caught everyone out, no one got a touch on it, and is bent into the bottom corner. The University of Lincoln have retaken the lead here at Sinselbank.
And 2-1 quickly became 3-1. Weaver was found in the box. Baxter Smith scored the resulting penalty.
Up steps Smith, and he scores! Baxter Smith scores for the University of Lincoln.
The University of Lincoln weren't in the mood to let up. Weaver again on the score sheet.
Front post, it comes back again for Weaver and he's drilled it in.
He's drilled it in, that's fantastic.
Oh, what a finish.
Bishop Grosseteste hunted and searched for a way back into the match, but in truth, their mascot showed more bite in attack, as the University of Lincoln Swan found out. And things were getting heated on the pitch too. Sean James, the Bishop Grosseteste hero last year, turned villain this. A petulant kick out at his opponent saw him head for an early bath. Many thought the University of Lincoln were complacent in last year's defeat. They were anything but this time around. Man of the match Lewis Weaver clinically completed his hat-trick and added the gloss to an impressive victory. The University of Lincoln have the bragging rights for this year, and they also have the Cathedral Cup back in their trophy cabinet. James Williams, LSJ News.
And in other sport, Danny Cowley hopes his side can replicate Tuesday's performance against Swindon Town without his best players. The Imps will be without Michael Boswick when they travel to Cheltenham in the league on Saturday after he picked up his 5th yellow card of the season last weekend. But Cowley believes he has the strength and in depth to cope with Cheltenham's threat.
We want to try to bottle what we did on Tuesday and replicate it and bring it again on Saturday. That's certainly the aim. Whenever we lose any of our best players, then that always is going to have an impact, without a doubt, and that'll be any team across the world. But we've got a really good squad of players that we believe in, and we will adapt accordingly.
And now for the weather. This evening will feel mild with temperatures around 15 degrees. Later on, this will lead to some heavy outbreaks of rain in Lincoln and towards the north of the region if you're heading out of the city. But they'll slowly ease into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Make sure you wrap up warm though, as we're in for a damp and blustery start for most, brightening up towards the afternoon, highs of 14 degrees. That's all for today. Find out the latest news in Lincoln on our Twitter at LSJ Tweets or find us on Facebook. You're up to date. Have a lovely evening.